The name associated with that is?
Couple different names. One of them is the observer. That's the one I typically kind of go with, if they talk about, because I like to watch things. Mouth shut, ears open type of an approach. So it's more taking information in, processing it, and then coming up with what you feel to be the most logical type answer.
Right.
Be very frustrating sometimes because we have a hard time processing information and making decisions. And in a business world, that can be frustrating for other people that just say, let's go do something, where we always tend to want to be. There's always something more to learn and process before we want to jump off. So we can tend to lose ourselves sometimes in the information. Right. So we work well with a type that, we need this information, find the facts, kind of sort it all out, and then come with us with a recommended course of action, and then we can work together to make that happen. And that's one of the things I've had to work on, to make sure that I can, especially with certain types, that I can answer their question without a lot of the detail that I find interesting, but for other people is I haven't got time for that.
Right. So how else do you know you're a 5? What other characteristics?
Some of the characteristics are, once again, you watch. I'm not necessarily a real people person, to go out and mingle and talk to people. You tend to like to work alone. Mm-hmm. You tend to not be comfortable in real social settings. Mm-hmm. You want to get out of that, or sit over in the corner and just watch what other people do. We tend to collect things. Once again, it comes back to the information part of it. We like to read. We like to get hobbies really in depth to our hobbies, whatever they would be. They can almost be consuming us sometimes, because we get so interested in it, and the time just flies. Things that would just bore other people to tears, we revel in the detail, revel in the information, and sometimes even to the point of wanting to know so much about something. Then when you actually make the move to get it, then it becomes anticlimactic. Now that you've got it, it was more fun almost researching the topic than it was actually doing it. Yeah.
And what about privacy? How important is privacy?
Very much so. Like I said, we tend to work alone, so we tend to shy away from those things that would put other people in the limelight. Sometimes they'll talk about, I hear other people talking about their technical people, and it says we love them to death, but we don't let them meet the public because they are. A lot of us are nerds.
What happens when you don't have it?
You're a little bit more uncomfortable. It isn't that we can't go there. It's just that we would prefer not to. So I know a lot of times my supervisors realize that we need time to process things, and we aren't the type that makes snap decisions. A lot of times we like to go someplace, be alone, think about it, just to process, through things. And that's some people look at that and say that's you can almost be thought of as being antisocial, like you don't like people, you don't want to be around people. It's not that we don't dislike people. It's more we want to work with them on our own terms. And
those terms would be?
Basically what we're comfortable with is usually smaller groups, and not being pushed out there to be the person that has to go out and find a lot of stuff with people, or to go out and really feel people, mix with people, mingle, small talk. It's just, some people love that. To me, it can just make me want to start climbing the walls, because it's just not what I'm comfortable in doing, both in work and sometimes outside of work too.
So how has the Enneagram helped your development, helped your personal
It helps me understand where different people are coming from, and not everybody thinks like me. It's helped me help other people realize that there are some things I'm just not that good at. I've felt that it's helped me to fine-tune my position a little bit better within the company. And other people, because a lot of people think you know everything, and you don't know everything, even though you know a lot, but you don't know everything.
Right.
And people sometimes assume that they just think you know everything, but you're very strong in certain areas, but not in other things. And in some cases, the person's passion that they have in other areas can even take them, take them farther.